Welcome to Springer Precision. Today we're going to show you how to change your thread protector for a compensator on the Springfield Echelon. Safety is our first priority, so always make sure that the firearm is unloaded and there's no ammunition in your work area. So the first thing that we're going to need to do is remove the slide. Put the slide back, lock it open, take down lever down, and then take it off. So to use a compensator, you're going to likely need to replace the guide rod and recoil spring. The compensator is going to absorb a lot of energy through the ports, and that's going to reduce the velocity of your slide. So we're going to need to tune the recoil spring to deal with that situation. Ideally, you want the cases to eject 3 to 4 feet from you. A lot of that depends on what ammunition you're using. The power in the ammunition will determine how much energy is used to cycle the slide. And then your compensator will use the gases from that ammunition to pull the barrel forward, buffering that energy, reducing the felt recoil. So we don't recommend going lower than a 14-pound spring. If you have to use a spring lower than that, there can be some complications with the firing mechanism counteracting against each other. So for reliability, we suggest if it's just piddling right beside you and you're using a 14-pound spring, you want to use an ammunition that has more power if you want to use the compensator. Otherwise, don't use a compensator for that ammunition because you want it to work reliably. So after we have it disassembled, we have installed currently our solid guide rod with a 14-pound recoil spring. So we're going to take that out just for ease of use. So one of the questions that we get is, how do I maintain my pistol? Do I have to take the compensator off every time I want to clean it once I install it? The answer is no. All you need to do is take it to this point. So right now I'm going to pull off the thread protector that comes with the barrel, set it to the side. So you can still fully maintain and clean your pistol with something attached to the end, whether it's a suppressor or a compensator or anything that it is. You could leave the thread protector on if you want. So you don't really need to pull it out to make sure that it's nice and clean. So if we're going to put on a compensator, swap it out, or any other muzzle device, you're going to want to clean this. We generally suggest using denatured alcohol, brake cleaner, anything that's going to get it nice and clean. Wipe it down really good, use a brush, and then let it dry for a little bit. Preparation's the key in installation. We have a red series Loctite that we're going to want to have you put on after that. So just put a nice little bead all the way around it. And then once that is on there, we're going to go ahead and always apply it towards the front because it's going to push it back as you screw it on. So once we have that on, we're going to put the compensator on. And so these have a spacer to make up for that gap at the end of the barrel, so you have to put them on here a ways. So generally what I suggest is just twist it until it stops turning. All the barrels are timed a little differently. Timing is how the barrel is threaded and how the compensator is threaded. So once you get it on, if it doesn't quite line up all the way, say this one actually does, so if it doesn't quite line up all the way, and you're like, oh, this is where it stops, go ahead and just back it back until it lines up. You'll see we have a little relief that goes over the end of the barrel. This one will go on a little further. That one actually lines up perfectly. So once you have that on there, all you need to do is reinstall the guide rod with the recoil spring of your choice. Stick this in here. Slide it on. Lock it up, push down the takedown lever, drop the slide. That's all there is to it. Now, when it comes to taking these apart, you're going to have the Loctite, it's going to be cured. You're going to want to let this cure, I generally just say overnight, make sure it's nice and tight. So if you want to shoot it the same day, start early in the morning before you go out. But to remove this, what we're going to do is we're going to want to lock this back, and you can take it off just to make it easier for the purpose of the video. I'm just going to leave it on. But you can take a small heat gun, a little butane torch or something like that, and just apply heat all the way around. And that will deactivate your thread locking compound. And you can use a wrench. This is something that I made for these, just sort of for fun. But if you don't have a vise, if you have a vise, you can just stick it in the vise, clamp it down, twist it out. Once it starts moving, it's generally pretty easy to do. So like I said, you just want to twist it off, and once you get it off, then you're going to want to go ahead and use a little wire brush or something and get all the old Loctite out before you reinstall it again. That's about all there is to it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below or contact us on our website. Thanks for watching.